You
There you go. Ubisoft has announced Assassin's Creed Mirage. You twat. I wasn't ready.
Welcome to the L.O.D Perspective. This is episode 10. And we're going to have some chats today about some topics. One of which is what Lewis is trying to. Sorry, I should call you by your name. Look at my ass.
I thought I was genitals. What happened to genitals?
Yeah, so we'll be talking about stuff. But the first one off, rather than doing it the other week, let's get into a topic straight off, and then we'll see what we're doing, because I've done pretty much fuck all week.
Same here. Same fucking here.
Assassin's Creed. We're just having a little bit of an argument over it. Yes, it's officially called Mirage. Yeah, exactly. It's the official title.
Announced.
So a bit of context here is that you, Lou, said that it has been officially announced that they're going to go back to their roots and everything. And Paul says, "Hold on, that whole
rumored,
the details,
not rumored,
the details of it are
not rumored, not rumored. Go on their actual page.
Okay, so
English,
go on there.
Read.
No. While he's screaming, I don't know, like a
Assassin's
twisted
Creed. Assassin's Creed.
Oh man, what right.
We've got this button again. We've got this button, right? Okay, so the whole thing is right that I muted him. Lewis goes, it's going to be called Mirage, and it's going back to basics, and it's this and it's that, and even in the chat you said it's back to Basim in Baghdad. The character, apparently, there's another one that someone said the character's name is Basim.
That's what I said.
Right. You said back to Basim in Baghdad and back to basics.
Yeah, you play as Basim.
That was all released. That was all released by Bloomberg. And then what happened was, no, don't give me that. It was, and you just held up in screen for those that were just listening. He held up his phone, and that's another person on Twitter giving you that information. Now,
excuse me, read that. What does that say? What does that say?
I can't see.
Assassin's Creed Mirage is the next Assassin's Creed game. We cannot wait to tell you more on September the 10th. As we are recording right now, the date is September the 5th, which means Lewis, while you showing your screen, our listeners can't actually see it, apart from those that are on YouTube. Where the fuck does that tweet say anything about it being Basim, about it being Baghdad, about it being back to basics? That's why I said be careful about rumors. They've officially titled it Mirage.
Okay.
That I agree. They've officially titled it rumors. It was originally code-named Rift. And then Bloomberg blew out saying it's back to basics, it's in Baghdad, it's Basim, it's this, it's that. Okay, and then Jason Knob Jockey Schreider come out saying blah 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 blah, and then Ubisoft come out on the Assassin's Creed Twitter and said exactly what you just shown. So
I'm pretty sure that looks like Baghdad to me. That looks like Baghdad to me.
Hey, it could be fucking anywhere that's got a mosque.
I was about to say, Josh, damn it, fucking Lou. That looks like
Luke
Stoke-on-Trent. I looked at Luke at my ass.
Luke.
That's why I called him Luke. I mean,
use the Force, Luke.
Use the Force, Luke. To be fair, Lou, I mean, it is a mosque. It could be set in Stoke-on-Trent, which will probably be a terrible.
How about this? If I'm right, use by phone me an apology.
No.
What did I say?
What? No. There's no apology needed, because I said be careful of rumors.
We're
telling everybody. It is a rumor.
They've already said Baghdad.
So where have you seen it say?
So yeah, Baghdad? Where have you seen
it?
Ubisoft has said Baghdad. Do not quote Bloomberg. Do not quote
from
whatever his name is on Twitter. I'm not going to say his name because that's not fair.
From that tweet, that is pretty much a hype / promotion for their upcoming Ubisoft Forward event, which is in 5 days' time.
Exactly.
So the idea there, Lou, is that it was to literally say, yes, okay, it's called Mirage. Here's a little bit of
It's not Rift. Let's blow all of the rumors out of the water at the moment. It's called Mirage. It's officially called Mirage. And you will hear all about it on our show on the 10th of September.
Yeah. So
they've not confirmed anything else.
So officially, that's all that's confirmed.
Jack me off 1. Look at my ass 0.
officiated by clitoris.
Well, I mean, if I'm right, then I'm right.
No.
We're not doubting you. We're not doubting
don't
you.
give me. No, I am. Don't give me that if I'm right bullshit. You go. Oh, if I'm right, you owe me an apology. And I said, go and show me where it says Ubisoft has said anything about Baghdad. You've just sat there all quiet while we've been waffling, and then come back and going, "Well, I might be right."
He very well might be though. We can't rule out the point.
No, that's a rumor. I was just saying,
right.
Be careful with rumors.
Was
the information we've
in
got
the first
is
one?
that it's... What?
In the first Assassin's Creed, it's set in Jerusalem and stuff like that, yeah?
Which is not Baghdad.
No.
Jerusalem's in Israel.
Do I have to get my fucking map out?
Yes.
I'm getting the map up.
Which is wrong anyway.
Wait,
yeah, USSR.
No, it's not the USSR bit.
I know, but I'm saying it doesn't fucking matter. I'm just saying it's wrong for multiple things.
Guys,
we're not coming after me. We're coming after him.
I'm not coming after anyone. I just think it's funny that straight off the bat, because I had to hit record because he started before we'd even got into the chat.
Okay.
Well,
Alexa, prove Lewis wrong. Sorry, all lights on.
Yeah, see, you can't prove wrong. Right, where is Baghdad on the map? Is it near Iran? No, shut up.
It's
right, there's Iraq. There's Baghdad. Where's Jerusalem?
Okay.
Where's Jerusalem?
Today we learn geography with Luke at my ass.
Wait, where's Jerusalem? Here you go. Here you go. So that's... Wait, no, that's not it. It's Damascus. That was in Assassin's Creed 1, wasn't it? I'm going to look it up.
Not the point, though.
No, but if I'm right, you're wrong. I get 1 point for once. I get to be right once. In my life, I get 1 point.
What you get to what you do
no, I'm
is,
sure you've
is
been
what
right
you do
multiple
is you
times.
Yeah, you have. But what I'm saying is what you'll do, you won't be right. What you'll do is prove the rumor right.
Yeah. So if like for some magical, if you came up with that prediction way before these rumors came out of Baghdad, whatever, and then it turned out to be true, then yeah, you'd be right, even though you pulled the guess out of your ass.
Where's the first one?
You're just reporting a rumor here, dude. And there's nothing wrong with that because a lot of the gaming industry has leaks and rumors and everything nowadays. So it's just natural for us to report this, but we can't necessarily say it's officially confirmed because there hasn't been an official press release, full in-depth. Jesus Christ, I remember the press releases when I did BG4G back in the day. And there, that wasn't one.
For those listening, Lewis is going through his phone. I think he's using Google Maps or Google Earth to try and work out where Jerusalem, Baghdad, and Damascus are. And maybe trying to see what the travel thing. And this is coming from. Let's put this into context. I think in the first shows when Luke at my ass joined us, with Mark being in Northern Ireland, he thought there was a fucking bridge that went across to Northern Ireland and you could get a train.
No, I thought there was a train or a tunnel.
Come on, get it right.
Okay, so I was wrong.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, sorry, what?
Assassin's Creed was set in Israel, Palestine, and Syria. So it could go back to there.
Which is not Baghdad.
Do you want to make a bet? Do you want to make a bet?
I don't want to make any bet. The rumor is that it's Baghdad. It is just a rumor. It was just in the context of it that you were so sure on what it was. What I'm saying is all of that was a rumor. The facts are, and the fact is that Ubisoft have announced that rather than it codename Rift, its official name is Assassin's Creed Mirage. Anything else we know?
And Mirage is what you see in the desert.
Yeah, which could be in where?
It would be
Syrian desert, the Sahara desert, Egypt.
No, they've already done Egypt. They wouldn't do it again.
It could be anywhere. Be anywhere that's got anywhere that's hot.
All right. Before we know,
has a desert.
Where
Arizona
do you think
desert.
it's set? I think Baghdad.
Death Valley.
Exactly. It could be anywhere.
I think Baghdad.
With a mosque.
Where do you?
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Okay, I'll put my money on now. It's set somewhere on Earth.
Fucking hell.
No.
That is a very, very, very tricky bet there, Jack.
Or, do you know? I'd love to go to Turkmenistan though.
Are we? What? Are we talking about you want to go to
Turkmenistan?
Is this where you want to go to Turkmenistan, or is this where
Is
Assassin's
that?
Creed is?
Oh, have I been pronouncing it wrong? Yeah, because in Turkmenistan, they have the doorway to hell.
Turkmenistan.
Yeah, they got a actual fire, like goes round in a massive hole, and they call it the
You're a
doorway
massive
to hell.
hole.
Suck your mum.
That's why your name is Luke at my ass today.
Where is that on the
10
map,
episodes in on season 3. Can you believe it?
This is the episode 10, the special.
Wow.
So okay, that was our opening thing. What has anyone been up to anything? Like I said, I've done Sweet FA. Lewis is showing the world again.
Oh, fuck. Me, I don't know. I mean, I've just been working so much, and it's just completely knackered me that I just could not be asked to game. As much as I would love to game, I just couldn't be asked. So the most gaming that I've done this whole week was probably a couple of hours on The Witcher 3. And I haven't played much of The Witcher until I got it on my PC. And fuck me, man. I wish there was more hours in the day.
Coin to your Witcher.
Ooh, see, I still need to watch
Valley
it.
of Plenty.
You're just
You
bringing
haven't
back
watched
nightmares.
it yet?
You're bringing back nightmares to me because Heather was singing that when that first came out, constantly.
I still haven't watched that.
I haven't watched it yet because I didn't want to watch it before I put in a good amount of hours into The Witcher. First,
Well, the game.
Right.
Sorry, the game. The game. I didn't want to watch the show.
I would. The thing is, though, you see, obviously with Henry Cavill playing Geralt, obviously being a massive game nerd as well and loving the books, he's kind of pushed more with the director and everything to be more book based. Now the game is a hodgepodge of the timeline. So like Witcher 1 is kind of a little bit of it, but not. And the game the Witcher games are bits of the book that are mixed around. It's not actually the timeline if you read the books. So they're more towards the book. So you can watch them and it won't spoil the game. And actually, there are parts of it you go, ooh, yeah, that is the game. So if you want to do it that way, that's fine.
No, I think the reason why I wanted to play the game first is because for me, I know it more of a game than the book side of things. That I kind of just wanted to get in depth within the world first before I watch it.
Yeah,
that kind of makes sense. So
there's a little short anime on Netflix as well, which is the wolf. It's the Witcher, but it's the wolf. So it's
White Wolf,
something like that. It's I can't remember its actual title, which is the kind of like the origin of Geralt, which is not bad to watch.
Nice.
Talking about anime, they're making a Cyberpunk one. Oh, they made one.
Yeah, I want to see how good that goes.
I'm not a fan of anime, so I don't know if I'm going to be into
Got too
it.
many games to play.
I love anime, so I'll watch it.
You can tell us if it's good then.
So that's pretty much my week. A little bit of Witcher, the here and there. Look at my ass.
No, thank you,
Lewis. We done anything this week?
Yeah. I nearly drowned at work.
Oh,
you're
I flooded
what were you doing?
the entire warehouse.
Were they waterboarding you with the fucking thing? I have to say this, right? From Lewis got soaked and he sent us loads of really weird sound files on our chat about him going, "Yeah, I'm wet. Oh, my phone.
Oh wait, you're not going to play
my trainers and all that. I'm not going to play him.
Oh,
I'm not going to play. I promise you, I'm not going to play him. Maybe next time I'll chuck them over to Tom and he can put them.
So you know when I said my phone, it fell out my pocket into the water. That's why I shouted my phone.
Can I say that I, as an old man, I am severely concerned for the future of the UK and of society as we know it. When a reputable supermarket chain thinks that using a receptacle with fucking holes in it is what you should use to catch water.
Oh god,
that's why you were wet, Lewis.
Oh god, yeah.
So let me explain.
Have I got a bucket? No. I'll tell you what. I'll use this box that's got 1,000 fucking holes in it to to stop water from going everywhere. No
Right,
wonder it was
yeah.
all over the fucking floor.
Do you want me to explain what happened? So,
Not particularly, but go right ahead.
He's gonna do
so
it anyway.
I was doing my job, which is I go around and I was picking, but then
His nose.
Tony,
His ass.
he was told to tray up, which is basically filling the trolleys that are empty with the trays, getting them ready for people to go out and pick.
Yeah.
And Anthony has a bit of a history with some of the guys in the back, so I said I'll take over. Good thing I did, because he'd have landed up in hospital or something.
Anyway, continue.
So I said, all right, go on, I'll take over. So he went picking. I regret it. I'm never doing it again. And we started running out of trays because there were so many dirty ones they need to get cleaned. So this other guy that works there, who I don't really get along with, he was told to go outside and bring in the ones that have been outside for 10 months.
What the fuck are they doing outside for 10 months for?
Don't ask me, because I didn't know that. I thought they were brand new. Right. Now, they all had bags on the top, so I'm thinking, yeah, they're brand new. He was supposed to empty all the water that was in them. Now, this water is 10 months old.
And 10 months worth of built
not
up.
saying what. Please don't say what supermarket it is, but everybody who gets orders from them, you've had 10-month-old stagnant water in the trays that your food was sitting in.
Oh,
carry on.
So
these trays, by the way, are plastic. Like I said, receptacles, thousands of holes all the way around the side of them to obviously let water and liquids drain out.
So he's supposed to empty all the water. He didn't want to do that. He thought it'd be funnier to bring it all in, not tell anyone that there's water still inside them, and me.
Yeah.
Did he though, or was it just he was a bit absent-mindedly, or just couldn't be bothered to empty it off, so just wheeled them in?
Yeah.
And then thought it was funny.
I don't think
lazy. He's lazy.
So he didn't do it maliciously. He didn't do it maliciously.
No, he wanted to go home. They told him that if he'd done the job, he can go home as soon as he's finished. So all he thought was, I'll bring him. That. Right, but he was supposed to empty them, and I think he's in really big trouble for it, because we flooded the whole back room with 10-month-old water.
So
we being the royal we, or we as in you, Lewis?
No,
so how did it get over your whole body?
How is it my fault? They should have told me.
When the first one got you and covered you in piss, I would have tried to stop trying to take them off the pile and take them outside, not continue to fucking empty them on the floor.
Because when I said to him, what do I do?
My feet are wet. My trousers are wet. My boxers. Oh, my fucking phone.
No, because when I asked them what to do, they told me.
And the video evidence of you picking one up and pouring the shit out on the floor.
Yeah.
To show you how much water was in there.
I'll just show you. That's like my house is flooding. I'll tell you what. I'll show you how high it's got. I'll just fill the sink up. Show you how high it got. Carry on flooding.
So anyway,
it's too late now. Might as well just fucking carry it on.
When I asked him, like, I can't do this. This water's like pitch black. Like, this is disgusting. I don't like this. Right, and it was picking up the tray,
piss and everything,
throwing all over the truck, because I had to scrub my body bad, right? So what happened after that was they told
chewy,
me,
not chalky.
Because of how much water was in there, they told me don't use them anymore, but take the bags off the top.
Yeah,
the bags had water on them.
How tall stacked were these, Lewis?
I'd say about 7 foot.
Okay, so he didn't assist in trying to take maybe 2 or 3 crates with the bags in them off.
Because
wheel them outside and then take them again.
No, every tray was filled with water. Every tray was full of water. Every single one.
So how many of them did you empty before you got covered?
2.
There was 3,000.
You emptied 3,000
Did you not realise when you got to maybe 5 or 6 and you're piss fucking wet, going, maybe I shouldn't be emptying him this way. Hence why I said I'm really concerned for society of the future.
They
I'm
told me.
concerned, and yeah, I'm in his generation.
Well, by the time I already started, it was building up, and I had no choice. I had to use the
Carry on drowning.
You
Yeah,
have to carry on pouring it over
basically.
yourself.
Yeah.
So
Because you're in.
yesterday at work
too
was
deep.
Look, it's only an inch deep on my feet. I'll carry on. Maybe I can get it for free. I'm just taking the piss, mate. It wasn't nice what I saw, but
no,
it
was horrible.
I was just like, what am I watching?
And it's
what
stunk.
am I watching?
It stunk.
I'm not surprised. Like I said, it's probably full of like piss and
hobo piss,
beer and
rats dropping,
dead squirrel.
Mm.
Don't. I'll be sick.
It's been out there for 10 months, dude. Going throughout all those seasons and mixed rain, and you probably got some sort of pigeon shit or
used nodders.
Someone said you're gonna catch COVID. I went, I've already had it. I'm good.
COVID? I'm thinking more dysentery or the clap. Some. You know,
I didn't stick it inside me.
You probably ingested it, absorbed it through your skin.
I closed my mouth.
Well, Paul did make a good point.
That's the main
came
point.
through your, absorbed through your skin.
So I've got the clap now.
Yeah.
Theoretically, yeah.
Going to check.
Water.
Just.
I mean, you're known at the old gum clinic. Just walk in and say hi.
I'm not.
Me again.
Me again. Guess you'll never guess where I got it from this time.
Work.
A plastic tray at work.
Yeah, but they all had
you've been
holes.
slapping your knob on the plastic tray.
Not the chickens. Oh. Yeah.
Anyway,
I had a
what about
party
games?
I had a party last night, which was good.
You had a party last night.
I went to a party. My brother's girlfriend.
Oh,
and I drank pretty well.
How are you feeling today?
I wasn't drunk. I had a lot, but I wasn't drunk.
Not drunk well enough then.
I did.
You did not drink enough.
Yeah, I did. I
could have been that well. If you can remember it.
Yeah.
At your age, if you can remember it wasn't that good.
Jaeger bombs. I had gin mixed with something else because she knows how to make cocktails and stuff. Shut up, Tom. I had tequila shots, and you know the one where you have to lick the salt and then suck the lemon.
Lemon wasn't happy about it, was he?
Hey.
I had a Corona.
This is all sounding like piss water to me at the moment.
I had Corona, Jaeger bombs,
piss water,
tequila shots. I had a Romanian kind of drink, which was
quince.
Proper heavy. It was heavy.
Quince?
And it was like red.
I know.
Wine?
Like a dark red kind of
wine.
Hypnol?
No, it wasn't wine. It was something you could take a shot with. Vodka. I had a lot of vodka. And I had a lot of vodka as well. But yeah, games. What games did I play? So yeah. She was drunk. I was fine. I was like, because Megs was like, "You drunk yet?"
Games?
No. Yeah. Anyway, what games have I been playing? I played a game before coming on called A Tale of Paper.
Tale of what?
Paper.
Paper, as in PAPER, yeah.
Or
paper.
It's made of cheese.
Paper.
Like paper, origami paper.
Oh, origami paper.
No,
and the premise of the game.
You have to go through the world and get in a rocket to go to the moon, and then the other one has to go to you.
And what's that got to do with paper?
Because you're a paper creature.
Oh right, okay. There you go.
You got it. You can have a go. It's a fun little game. It's nice looking as well. A lot of fun. You have to transform into things like frogs, rocket ships, stuff like that. It's cool.
Do you have to like fold yourself up?
Just one.
Sort of, yeah.
So like origami.
Yeah. Like you can even do a paper airplane, which is pretty cool. And float.
What else, Lewis? What else have you done?
Destroy Humans 2.
How is that?
Probed. That was a lot of fun, actually. And it looks unbelievable compared to the original. If you've seen the original to what it looks like now, big huge difference, and it's a lot more fun than I would say the first one. It's like there's so much more variety mission wise, and I don't know why, but it just looks better.
Well, it would.
Being
Don't
in
forget that
San Francisco compared to being in the country.
Don't forget the original was what you got was a remaster of an original old game. This is a new game. New.
No, it's not.
No, it's the same game.
It's remastered from Destroy All Humans 2 for the PlayStation 2.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
but it's reprobed. That's why it's called reprobed, because it's just been remade.
But
number 2 was fantastic. I've spent a lot of hours on the PlayStation 2 investing in Destroy All Humans 2. So that's something I'm very looking forward to finally get my hands on. But I haven't had a chance to get that one yet. But I intend to.
It is good. I did enjoy it. I will be playing it again. But I was streaming it and someone was like, "What are you playing?" I was like, if you don't know what this is, then I would recommend you watching, because this is a classic. And it looks really good for a game that was in 2002?
No, 2005 was the first Destroy All Humans. So this would have been 2006, 2007 time.
Yeah, and honestly, even the what's her name, Nasra, the Russian RGB, not RGB, KGB spy, not RGB. That's
sorry. We want to light you up. Tell us everything you know, and they shine LEDs at you. I am a secret agent for the RGB. Red, green, blue.
But yeah, other than that, I haven't been playing many games really, other than what I've played on my stream.
I mean, I didn't really play much either. Elder Scrolls for the stream. Have I done anything else? Forza. I was playing a lot more Forza, just the regular stuff. So there's been nothing really new. I'm kind of settling down into some other games, just crack on with them. Did watch for those rockers out there, did watch the Taylor Hawkins tribute that was at Wembley for the Foo Fighters. I convinced Lewis to watch a bit of it.
I mean, nice little.
Convinced. You told me that if you want to listen to real music and not Juice WRLD or whatever the other stuff.
No. Well, yeah. So I was being facetious, and what I was actually doing was winding you up and saying that all of the sampled shit that half of the people you listen to use, half of them were probably on stage for the Foo Fighters as a memorial for Taylor Hawkins.
Had his son?
No, Juice WRLD's dead, so I don't know how he would be on the stage.
No, he's completely lost that, hasn't he? It's gone well over his head. Like it did when I had in the conversation. I said most of the original artists that probably produced the music and made the music from scratch that would have been sampled by Juice WRLD in the background that you wouldn't recognize. And I'm not saying just Juice WRLD, I'm saying everybody, like Eminem, Jay-Z. There's loads of different artists, some of the Grimes and whatever. They use sampled music from the background of older rock and pop music. So, like, for instance, that show was a tribute to Taylor Hawkins because he died. He was the drummer for the Foo Fighters, and you didn't know who they were, so I explained that. And so
I knew who the Foo Fighters was. I didn't know them as well as you.
Yeah. So, and it hadn't been that long ago that he passed away. So they did the tribute thing, which happened in Wembley, and they're doing one in LA. And Dave Grohl just cracked out pretty much everyone from his friend's book, which kind of proved that he was in the Illuminati, because he was just dragging people out that I thought either were dead or just long gone, or these are people that you wouldn't usually see on stage together. So opening was Liam Gallagher, then followed by Josh Homme of Queens of the Stone Age, singing David Bowie with the original David Bowie's original drummer and Niles. What's his name? Niles
Morales?
No.
Rogers?
Niles Rogers. That's it. On guitar.
You walked into that.
It's just like, what? Like, there's just Omar was the drummer, the original drummer for David Bowie. and like Josh Holmes sounding like David Bowie was just really crazy. And then they had people like Rush, Roger Taylor, and Brian May came on. Paul McCartney, Chrissie Hynde, Brian Johnson of AC/DC, Justin Hawkins of The Darkness. And then it was the heartfelt moments of like, Dave, this was the first time Foo Fighters had ever performed since his death. The first thing, like Dave Grohl chokes up when he starts opening with the first track. And then I think the best send-off was Taylor Hawkins' son,
on the drum,
Shane, came on drums to do that on the Foo Fighters set for the track My Hero. So it was just like, that's kind of a proper heartstring moment. Anyway, so we were just talking about me and Andy Mack were talking about it in the chat that we've got, and Lewis went, "What's this about?" And then I just said, "Look, you need to go and listen to this because you should have a look at this because this is music history. These are guys that have created music in the background that is different from what is now. So it'd be good. You don't have to like it. Just have a look at it.
It wasn't bad,
and get some history. The background for where music kind of comes from. Because a lot of stuff now is sampled, and a lot of stuff is there are still people creating as much now, but these guys are the classics. This is the stuff that people are now starting to replicate. So that was it. That's all I've done this week.
Very, very nice. So, Lou, are you ready for your interview next week?
Oh, yeah, that's next week.
Yes, next week, because Paul is not going to be here, are you, buddy?
No.
Happy birthday to you.
It's next week.
I know, I was saying in
on
the stream,
Sunday.
my birthday.
The day after Ubisoft Forward, where we hear a little bit more about Mirage.
That's right. So we've got the Ubisoft's on the
9th.
Saturday. It's my birthday on the Sunday. I travel to Blackpool on the Monday when you guys were doing the
Should
one-on-one.
we wait till
that
you get home before we talk about that?
Talk about what? Well, this is a one-on-one. This isn't going to be about.
This is
about you.
We're going to.
So we're waiting until you come home then. Okay.
Yeah, we'll wait till you come home.
You can do. I mean,
we'll wait because
I can add my stuff later on, and when I go back. And then subsequently on that thing is at the moment there's a train strike going on the 15th, which is the day I'm supposed to be coming back. So none of my trains are working on the 15th. And I thought, maybe I'll extend it for a day and come back on the 16th. Subsequently, they've added another strike to the 17th. So they might as well write Friday off as well. Maybe coming back a day earlier. I don't know.
How many strikes are they going to... There's so many this year now.
I don't think we should get into strikes. Because
I just think that there's just so many at the minute. Like yesterday, I couldn't even get to my brother's because of the strike.
There wasn't a strike on yesterday.
There was on some trains. I couldn't get to my brother's. He had to come get me. He had to drive an hour to come get me.
What, on Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
There's no strikes on Sundays. They don't actually strike on a Sunday.
I literally could not get a train to my brother.
Are you sure that just wasn't maybe signal failure?
Or it could be
engineering problems.
Yeah, it could be that. I just could not get a train there. And didn't want
so
to
maybe we shouldn't get into strikes. It's a very dangerous topic there. Anyway, okay, topics on games. Topic on great games. So let's go with Sony.
Okay.
So we've got the PS5 lighter model, Lewis, you've mentioned.
Yeah, you mentioned
the price increase as well. So we've got the two kind
of.
It's now the most.
We've got another thing for if we do all encompapping Sony. We've got kind of I think there's three things, isn't there? So we've got
there was
the
about three
lighter model PS5. We've got the price increase for the thingy, and we've got them acquiring the game studio Savage Games.
Four things. There's four things.
The PS5 Discord integration coming soon. They've been saying that for a year.
Not that. About the all the issues that they've been. We were talking it yesterday before I decided.
The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So then we've got four. So I mean, let's go with the lighter. Hint. The lighter story, which is the PS5 lighter model coming out. Your thoughts? Any news? Is this a rumor again, Lewis?
No, I did look into it a little bit. But
again,
it doesn't make sense.
Our main source for news, by the way. He kind of comes
for nudes.
Topics.
No, I ain't.
For nudes, yeah, nudes as well. Nudes. He sends them to us. We don't want them. He just keeps sending them to us.
Lew, wet and wild.
Right.
In the
Oh,
warehouse.
that sounds wrong. That sounds wrong.
Before we actually like jump in and say blah 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 blah. It's not the PS5 disc version. It's the digital one.
Well, we knew that.
Yeah. Oh, you knew that. Oh, okay.
But no. I just mean, like, obviously, a lot of you will find that whenever the updates come out now, and this is my take on it, any new updates to the consoles will be to the digital versions. They are stepping away from physical. And as much as some people hate that,
really?
and I know it's a shame, of course they are. There's a number of things that come from that. One, production. Two,
but there's hardly any memory
sustainability.
on the digital.
Three,
why would they step away from digital? Physical. If there's hardly, like, you've only got like 500 gigabytes on the digital.
So the narrative would be, let me push you towards either
getting a hard drive
or pushing you towards cloud.
Mm. Oh, you don't need memory for cloud. They're trying to force people into the cloud again, aren't they?
Well, no, they always have been. But what I'm just saying is, I
think the main thing that they're going to push towards is sales on their own store.
Yeah, and then on top of that, you've got the fact.
One thing I don't get about the PS5 Slim, that's what they're calling it, is it's only like a little bit lighter. It's not a huge difference.
Yeah, but what about the dimensions and everything? This is just skepticism, isn't it, at the moment?
Has there been any official?
Because they're talking like someone was joking about a new lighter PS5 model spotted in Australia. Why would there be a random Australia model?
It just doesn't make sense. I understand.
Not official.
I understand if it was like, because obviously the PlayStation 5 is a big console. It is. I got one in there.
Heavy as well, I heard.
It's not that heavy. It's not that heavy.
Then again, we know someone that actually took it on a holiday with them.
Bit sad.
Oh yeah, played it in a hotel room.
That's why actually, I have handheld.
So there was the new disc model now weighs 3.9 kilos, a 7% reduction on the 2021 version.
Oh, it's disc as well,
and an even bigger 13% reduction on the original model. For the original model, which is the digital, down to 9 point. Yeah. So what have they done? The original model that come out in 2019 was 9.9 pounds. If you do it pounds, if you want kilos, 4.5 kilos. And then it was then the 2021 model came to 4.2 kilos, which was 9.2 pounds, and now the new disc model weighs 3.9 kilos, which is 8.6 pounds, which is a 7% reduction on 2021, 13% on the original model. So it's not actually a slim. People have asked the question, this is the narrative. When will we see a smaller, lighter PlayStation? The newer models are lighter.
Yeah.
And someone's even they're making them lighter and then putting the price up. And it's like, how are they making it lighter? What are they doing to make it lighter?
Are they sacrificing anything in the...
What you mean, like,
how do they
pieces of like the changing like pieces inside the PlayStation itself? You mean?
Yeah, maybe looking at there's ways and means of maybe reducing the heat sink, maybe looking at taking out some additional plastic spacing.
They haven't said much.
So I'm guessing that it's smaller, lighter,
I know that you
materials,
can change
cheaper materials.
The case. I know that
you could change the blades.
Case. Yeah. Oh, is it the blade? Sorry, I thought it was a case.
It's case, blades, same thing really. Whether or not
potatoes.
No, exactly. Whether or not that's just kind of been reduced, or my line of thinking is, have they reduced anything inside? Like for me, the first thing which came to my mind is
it was
the heatsink. I thought as much.
Yeah, they changed.
Or a slimmer disc drive.
Basically,
don't forget, Sony have done this before. Sony have done this before, though. Yeah, well, no, that was the Slim, wasn't it? So with the PS4, they came out with a slim version.
Yeah,
they did the same with the PS2.
Oh, you had it, did you?
Yeah, I got it right there, as well as my slim PlayStation 2.
PS4 Pro wasn't under as a slim, was it?
No. Gee, no, that one's bigger.
Because it wasn't. That was massive.
That was
bigger. I was going to say, because when Megs bought our ones ran, it was a big boy. It wasn't a small boy.
No.
Definitely. PS4?
Of the PS4.
It was a PS4, yeah. PS4 Pro was before the PS5, right? Yes. Unless it's a bit like there was an Xbox.
No, it was after the PS5, Lewis. We're going down in numbers. Next release is the PS3.
You make me want to rip my face off sometimes.
Did you hear about that new console, the PlayStation 1?
Yeah, I know. Can't wait for that one to come out. That's not due for another 5-7 years. No, look, they've known to do it before. Apart from the slim releases,
taking a piss?
Yeah, of course. Apart from the slim releases that they officially announced, this hasn't officially announced any slim versions. They're just making them lighter. Now they did that before with the PS3. Listen to me, Lewis. They did this before with the PS3. So the official PS3, when it first come out, the bread bin had a load of extra bits when it first come out, which had like 4 USB ports. It had the top of the range crystal and DVD, like Blu-ray DVD in it. It had extra memory, all sorts of stuff. They did that,
and then
the
PS3
I think they released it in 6 months. Lewis, shush. Right, and then about 6 months. Let me finish, and then you can say. And then it was 6 months, maybe I think it was 6 months, even a year later. They turned around and said they stopped producing that one and started producing the PS3 with only 2 USB ports, a cheaper crystal within the Blu-ray, and less stuff. And it kind of, because I was going to buy the PS3, I was like, oh my God, I need to get it. Had the PS1, PS2, looked at it, it was amazing. It was this, it was that, 4 ports, best DVD. And then it was like, by the time I'd got around to getting the money together, they turned around and went, for the same price, you get a fucking lot less. And they seem to have done the same again with the PS5 now. They're making it lighter. God knows what they've cut back. And then they put the price up.
Yeah, but the price could be like for multiple reasons in regards to the price, but carry on, Lewis.
Yeah, that's the we can go a little bit more into that. That's the cost of living. I don't hold it against
is
no.
So Sony, remember that suing Sony 5 billion blah 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 for overpricing their like games or anyone in the UK,
which is just a fart in a thunderstorm. Yeah, carry on.
And then they upped the price of the PlayStation.
I don't think that has anything to do with it.
No, but explain that. Like they go, we're gonna sue Sony for the inflation, of the pricing of games, yeah. And they're like, okay, well, we're gonna up the price of the PS5 now, so you're gonna sue us.
No, but that's the thing.
Well.
This is where you need to look at it this way, yeah. So parts, materials, transport, fuel, energy is all going up in price. We've got inflation across all the different places, and just people going they're ripping us off for an extra $10.
There was like £30 over here, £30 extra.
Yeah, so
in the grand scheme of things, not that bad. Apologies.
No, I understand that. Are you getting mixed with the game prices or something?
No,
it works out about 30, I think.
I thought it was an extra 70 quid on top.
It's a 10% increase.
No,
which is
21 in Japan, 6 in the UK, and 10 in Europe.
Oh, 6. So 6 of what was it? What was its retail value?
It was
$450.
$450.
That's how much I paid at the.
So it goes up to it's £500 now.
So they've slapped on. Yeah, so he slapped
now
on
the most
quid.
But it's
fair enough. I saw somewhere it was 30, but fair enough.
Let me double check. No. Can I actually double check that? Because I feel like that might be wrong. I might be wrong.
Okay, you check that. What I'm saying is
either or doesn't matter. Either or doesn't matter. The price of the actual hardware unit itself has gone up. Be whatever it is in regards to like
500.
So it's now 500.
Yeah.
It
went up 499,999.
Yeah. For me, it's still a hell of a piece of kit, and it's still a steal for 500. If you ask me, because obviously for similar performance, you have to get like a nice PC, which is over $1,000. Similar performance. Can't do the same things, but in regards to gaming wise, yeah. And I know there's someone else who can go out there and have a tangent about in regards to.
Lewis, where did you see that price? By the way, are you just looking on Amazon?
Argos.
Yeah, so you're looking at Argos, so that's with their markup because of the availability.
Should I go on the actual website?
So the original price, PS5's launch was $499.99 or £449.99, or 50, like Tom said. It has since gone up to $479.99, which is a £30 increase.
Yeah, I see it now.
Was released 4 days ago.
€50 in Europe, £30 in the UK, and $50 in Australia.
Yeah, so that's to do with shipping. That's to do with the energy costs. That's to do with the cost of living and inflation.
There's a lot of
most
things
of Europe, Japan, Australia. We're all being affected across the world. And America, it has not gone up. So I think that's the sticking point.
Yeah, that is a bit of a questionable one. Maybe whether or not
that because you want to appease your majority market, although in the UK, PlayStation do have the majority market, which leads us on to another topic later on, where it's, someone else has come out and said, the PlayStation has the majority of the UK market. You're surprised that they would do that. But actually, I'm wondering whether so let's put wherever it's manufactured, which is Japan, there might be a trade agreement between Japan and America. We were supposed to get one after Brexit. That's politics. Let's ignore that. But the whole point of that was that they've got a trade agreement. So necessarily for us, shipping from Japan to the UK, the price of shipping has gone up dramatically. And the cost of stuff, example outside of the gaming world, say you take an electric bike, the e-bike's big popular right now. One specific bike I know that you could buy from China, Shenzhen, because I think actually, is it Japan they make it, or is it in Shenzhen, China they actually make it? So materials come from Shenzhen. Anyway, in Shenzhen you could get a bike, and probably about a year ago, maybe 18 months ago, this bike that I was kind of looking at was valued at around 350 quid. Yeah. Then you had to pay for about £200, not 200, sorry, about £100 to ship it. So we're talking in total, say round it, let's say £500 for this bike. If you want to buy that now from Shenzhen on the same site, exact same bike, same spec, it's £1,600 plus 250 shipping. So you can see that there's a massive increase because of popularity gives you the demand, and on top of that, the pricing, and because we have no agreements anymore, shipping, because they don't only have to pay just to come into the UK. I guarantee the shipping lanes probably go through international waters and probably some other waters for some European countries that we don't cover. So an increase like that, I think is not that bad. I think the way they advertised it and the fact that I'm surprised they didn't take it and just say, do it across the board. They probably would have made more money if they'd done America as well.
No, because America already pays too much. That's what they were saying. It already.
How much is it in America already? Is it too high?
$500.
So well, that's not too high. If you do it in exchange,
wait.
That's around $450.
Because I'm going to have to look that up because I'm not in America.
So do you blame Sony for doing this? Because me personally, I don't, because everywhere's doing it. My place of work now, they've increased their product, gas, electricity, fuel.
PlayStation has always been for the money, hasn't it? We've got to admit that. For me, they've always made the money. That's how they do it. So you get your quality products from them for the money you pay. Microsoft and Nintendo turn around and say they're not increasing the prices because they are both more concentrating. I mean, Jesus, Nintendo don't need to put the prices up because they've been charging 60 quid for a bloody handheld console game for the last 3 years.
I know.
$499. So yeah, about 500.
So $499. So yeah, it's exactly the same. That's in line. So all they've done is they've moved Australia, the UK, and Japan's values up in line with Americans. Because $479 for us, give or take in current exchanges, is about $499.
I see that line of thinking then.
Yeah. So all they've done,
but they've done the same thing to the Oculus. The Oculus went up by another 100
due to parts. People don't forget that they can use COVID, and COVID is running out, but there is a semiconductor shortage, and it hasn't been because of COVID. Semiconductors have been on a waiting list for every manufacturer for the last 5 years. So you were actually really, really lucky that Xbox come out with a new console, PlayStation come up, because they pre-ordered these semiconductors and microchips. There is a massive shortage of the silicon and the materials needed. So that's been going for 5 years, and there's this big backlog, and they're trying to catch it up. And in Shenzhen, I think there's like 3 manufacturers who make these, or in the Chinese version of the Silicon Valley where they make these semiconductors. There are 3 main companies that everybody goes to for it. Samsung, everybody goes to them. Mobile phones, iPhone, everybody. They go for them. They've got backlog orders for all these conductors. And after the 5 years, it's finally come to bite them on the arse. And we happened to have COVID at the same time, which meant shipping slowed down. People in China were not allowed to work.
And
the
that ship
backlog got even worse.
Was it the Nile?
Suez Canal. Yeah, yeah, that one as well. That wasn't a biggie one, but that did cause a bit of a cock up.
They got fined huge money for that.
Yeah, I know, but well, you take a big ship like that down a really weird, tiny estuary, it's going to cause a problem. But yeah, where was I with that? The whole point was that we were lucky to get the consoles, put the price up. Microsoft subscription service, they can cover the loss or cost of materials in the consoles through the subscription service. Like I said, Nintendo you've got your online that you pay, which is quite high for your onlining with your Nintendo Switch. I mean, like the family one, and well, how much do you get out of it? You don't get much out of the online service, do you?
I think you get a few demos and stuff, and you get
you get the emulators. You get the emulators.
Yeah, I get the emulators. That's what I really use it all for. And
I use it, yeah. But you see what I mean? So how much does it cost per year for you to have an emulator?
35.
Yeah, and I do the family one because I've got family members that use the Switch as well, and we can all share. Chris's got hers and what have you.
That's even more.
That's even more. Yeah, it's like 65. But their games are like 40, 50 quid a pop. And like I said, have been for the last like 3 years, even 4 years. So they don't need to put their prices up because they've been, swilling around with it, and they're the lower contender.
True. And plus they've sold shit tons anyway.
Exactly. Well, mute yourself then, Lewis, and let's carry on. Anyway, so that's where I think, they put the price up. That's great. As opposed to a Slim, this is pure speculation. The Slim is released. They're saying because Sony usually release one around 3 years after the original release of the big one, we would be looking at late 2023 or early 2024. Mm-hmm. But what's happened is that's kind of been that the fuel to the fire has been, oh, guess what? Some Aussie has gone and grabbed the PS5, weighed it, and realized that the weight of it is actually like half a pound lighter than what it was before. And they're coming out with a lighter model, and they're putting the price up.
It's not that much in the grand scheme of
things.
No,
it's not. It's not really. But I'd be interested to see how they've made it lighter. That's just me and my techiness going. Is it because they've made it cheaper? If they've made the heatsink smaller, I think that's a contentious issue because that bloody thing gets hot anyway.
Mine's been fine.
I just mean in general inside, like them heat sinks. It needed that heat sink for their design. And otherwise what they're going to do is start going back down the route of the PS4 taking off. You're going to get PS5s getting hot and shutting down. So I'd love to see. They probably did make it out of different material or cheaper materials. And again, that if it is cheaper materials, that's a bit doggy. Because then obviously putting the price up, but taking the materials and making them cheaper,
we'll have to wait and see what actually happens in regards to the materials that they use, if anything is revealed or not.
And that's quite a nice little. I mean, Lewis has gone off there, but so that's the kind of bit there. So that's like the lighter PS4 goes into the pricing, and then from the pricing we've got at the moment is the Firefly model of Last of Us, isn't it?
Yeah, how much?
Firefly edition, limited edition. It was about 100 quid. 120 pounds,
if you ask me.
For a remaster, limited edition in a box, got delivered, completely smushed. And then Sony have turned around and said they will not refund it or replace it because it's a limited number. Because you still got the product, it's just the packaging.
I mean, I fully understand. Blame the people who are handling the delivery, I guess. That's
Sony.
Their stance. Oh, so they're
not using, a courier firm. This is Sony packaging.
Oh, okay.
So Lewis has just come back in. So let's fill Lewis in. So we've managed to. Oh no, he's turned his camera off for some reason.
Look at my ass is gone. Your camera's off though, dude.
Yeah, I'm eating.
He's eating. Okay, so we've got no camera for Lou.
Oh, that's all right. So he was just so Lewis, we nicely, I'll say nicely. It was a bit jaggedy. Transitioned into the whole Last of Us limited edition issue with Sony because we were going from prices, and the fact that that was so the limited edition was between £100 and £120, wasn't it?
It was expensive, yeah.
Yeah. And then obviously what's to get is getting delivered. All the boxes, their packaging is smushed because it's been shoehorned into either a cardboard backed, like the Amazon envelope, and punched it through letterboxes. Or another one I've seen is put in a box and it's kind of wedged into a box that's too narrow. And then they've chucked some of that paper into the side to say, I should protect it. But it's wedged into the box. So it's already crumpled the corners. And for collectors, I can understand how pissed they're going to be. The whole reason they're paying that is because this is the limited edition collector's version.
Yeah, there was only a few made.
Yeah, so it's a collector's model. And then Sony are turning around and going, we're not giving refunds, we're not replacing because we don't have, it's a limited dump. So I can understand why people are pissed at it. I think that's a bit shitty. But
the only place
their
you
argument,
could
and this is how they get away with
Direct.
it. Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is the way that they get away with this is because in most countries, particularly in the UK, you're buying the product. The packaging is just the packaging. You can send that back if you want, but you're not going to get a refund. They don't have to honor that because the product you're buying is the game inside. And if that is still fully working and it's usable, they have produced a product for you to use.
Good point.
Packaging is by the by. It doesn't matter if it's collector's edition. It doesn't matter if it's gilded in gold, covered in, glitter and fucking, I don't know, unicorn shit. It doesn't matter as long as the product works.
Yeah, good point.
See, that's wrong. That's wrong, though.
Is it, though?
No, because theoretically you are buying the actual
game.
The game. So theoretically, yeah. But I mean, if it is just the box which is damaged, then definitely. But if it's anything else on the inside, like I don't know, fucking like I don't know what's in it because
look, silly move on their packaging. Whoever they got to do the packaging for them in-house on Sony, they probably hired a fulfillment team to do it. And when they do that, obviously you don't know how they're going to package it. They package it wrong. I mean, look at Amazon and most of the courier services. My background was originally logistics. I mean, that they kick them bloody things about in the warehouse. You've got to package it properly. They're playing football with it and all sorts of shit. I had someone come to an interview to come and work in my warehouse when I was working, and he turned up in like tracky bottoms and everything, which was wrong to start with, because obviously it was smart attire for the interview. And he turns around and said, I used to work for a company that doesn't exist. I'll call them. It was CityLink. And I said, oh, right. And he goes, yeah, we used to have a kickabout. One time I kicked this box and it got stuck on the top of the cage. I couldn't get down for months. And I'm like, you do understand that you're sitting for an interview to work in my warehouse with mobile phones that CityLink ship out. CityLink are our contractor. You just sat in here and told me as a client that you kick all of the crap about. Anyway, so the whole point is that Sony have got the right not to refund.
Now we know why they went bust.
Morally, it's a bit of a shitty move. Yeah, well, it wasn't just that as well. But it's a shitty move from them. But I can understand there's a limited edition. They should offer refunds, really. They should offer refunds for it if they've used that. That's their mistake for using maybe a fulfillment company that wasn't up to scratch. Or if they've done it in-house, they should have looked at the boxing.
Bit of trouble.
Why?
Because why can't they refund them?
Because they don't want
to.
Because they don't have to.
To be fair, though, Sony has been ain't been the best with refunds. I mean, do you remember when Mark bought, was it Aliens Fireteam?
They've never been good with it, mate. Sony have never been good with refunds or agreeing them, because that's it. Once you've got it, you got it. I think it was, wasn't it Sony's terms and conditions, and you guys have Sony,
is that right?
I don't. When you download, isn't it at point of download, it's classified as purchased. It's not playability. Whereas PlayStation has Xbox has like a 2 hour? Like a 2 hour
Xbox
play
has
limit.
like a particular window where you can return.
Like if you've played it for more than 2 hours, then you can't get a refund or return it. Whereas PlayStation is you've downloaded the thing. So even if you download it and it fails download and you can never get it back, you can't get a refund because you've downloaded the game. You need to check that, because I'm just saying from my previous, someone's told me. So You guys are the PlayStationers.
So, do you remember when Outriders came out and Tyrus pre-ordered the Outriders game on PlayStation?
Yeah.
And then a couple of months later, Xbox was getting it day one Game Pass. And Tyrus tried to cancel it, but because he already downloaded the pre-order, they said you can't have it,
and therefore he could never refund.
You couldn't have a refund.
But I mean,
even
like,
though it wasn't the game.
There's a slight argument there. I mean, if you were honest and told them that it was because you can get free on Xbox, and it's probably why when it was coming out on Game Pass, they turned around and said, "You know what? You can get if you think I'm going to give you the money back."
Yeah,
because you're just going to cancel to go over there. No, that's not a reason. You could probably argue that it's not fit for purpose if it didn't work, if it broke or whatever. And then, but I've heard that even that is a very long-winded process to get your money back from PlayStations. And Xbox is slightly different. Not fan of any Xbox. I think their customer service so far, my experience with them and getting refunds or having an issue has been fantastic. But I've got nothing to go against PlayStation. I've just had anecdotal, information come to me. So don't at me for that. I've just heard like a number of times that they've had issues with it.
And this is why I like to buy the disc from like a shop. It's crap.
But again, they're going to take that out. I mean, like you've got to think about the pros and cons.
I know. That's what I was going to say.
The main reason behind it is one. I mean, like we can talk about sustainability and everything in the production of it, and I don't understand why they don't use that narrative. But the real reason is because then you never truly own the license to a game anyway. But if you physically got a copy, you technically can still use it because the software is ingrained into that disc. Whereas if they refuse you a digital, you ain't got it anymore. You don't own the license. You are purely leasing the license when you pay for a game. So I can understand why people get annoyed when they turn around and say, well, it's £70 a game now, digital. So, Anyway, so that was Sony. We did have the tail end one, which was that Sony acquires a mobile game studio, which was Savage Games. But you put here, Lewis, to make a AAA action game. Where did that bit come from?
From the thing.
From the tweet or whatever. Because do you know who Savage Game Studios are?
I was under the impression that they are
figured that out.
They made Angry Birds.
Yeah,
Clash of Clans.
They're founders.
I thought that was the one that starts with what's it called?
Pretty much PlayStation are making their own mobile games division, aren't they?
That's what I think it is.
So
not making a AAA action game. Probably a AAA mobile game. Yeah, Savage make the mobile ones. Huh?
That's what it was written.
I know, but what I'm just saying is, I just thought I'd say that when you look Savage, look them up. They're hiring. They don't have much on their system. They don't show you any games at all. But yeah, they make Clash of Clans, and I think they had something to do with Angry Birds. I know you're thinking of. I can't remember the name.
I think it was the founders.
They were the founders, weren't they?
Because they made
Rampage, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, the founders of them, not necessarily that group itself that made Angry Birds or Clash of Clans.
So they're hiring at the moment as well, but I think it's for the mobile division.
I think it's for the mobile division because I think it says on this press release, which I have.
Well, they are working on trying to get
co-founders had hand in the co-founders of Savage had hand in the mobile franchises like Clash of Clans and Angry Birds.
Yeah, so not Savage Games themselves, the co-founders.
And will operate separately from its console division, creating new experiences based on PlayStation IP and franchises. So I think they're going to start converting some of the games to mobile.
Clever.
If I get that. If it's new experiences based on PlayStation IP and franchises, like
they'll make a lot of money.
Clever.
Yeah.
Because mobile games.
Have you noticed? So do you think this announcement of having Savage on here is Sony's two fingers up at Xbox in regards to the Activision and King acquisition?
No. Oh,
why not? Because King is a mobile game creator.
Good point. So
Candy Crush.
They're both going down the same line of thinking of expanding to mobiles.
Yeah, so I think Xbox has the Activision. That was that one for COD. Try and corner the market on that side. King, because it's part and parcel of that whole franchise bit, they've been merged. we can get the mobile market and start pushing down, because you've got the cloud for gaming on mobile. But if we actually had mobile games as well, because there is a massive industry in mobile games. I personally don't play them. I've got one or two that I play.
But everyone's got a phone.
Pretty much across the world, yeah. Across the world, I think it's something. I mean, I might even look it up. I think it's like ridiculous numbers.
How many single women? How many single women are playing Candy Crush at night? Quite a lot.
Yes, or a single. Why do they have to be
My mum plays Township.
Just came out my mouth.
And no
I just remember when you were talking about that. I remember when you did the review of Love Island.
Oh my God! Yes,
you did a review for Love Island.
Yes,
Love Island, the mobile game. It was classic.
Fuck, I remember that. Oh, such a great shitty game.
Why?
Industry revenue.
Because BG4G was very, very, very small at the time, and I wanted to try something different. And if you see the thumbnail, I photoshopped a bearded version of my face over a blonde woman's body. So it's just me going.
Still there.
It's still there.
It is still there. So let's just put this in 2018, because I'm trying to find some updated data, but I can't find it. In the global games market, mobile phones. So mobile phones had a 25.5% increase year on year, and with mobiles, tablets, and smartphone games cornering 51%. 51% of the gaming market.
Wow.
Which is the equivalent to 70.3 billion a year, as opposed to PC 32 billion and consoles 34 billion.
It just makes sense.
So you can imagine how big a market that is to go in. I want to see if they've got any latest data. Here we go. Mobile game sharing in the United States. So this is the United States. Total game revenue is now 57. Gaming. This is just the States. 57%. Global content value in North America is 25.2 billion US dollars. F2P gaming revenue in North America is 13.2. So that's $38.4 billion per year on mobiles in America alone. So, yeah, mobile gaming will surpass 100 billion this year.
That's just astronomical.
In revenue.
That's just astronomical, and that is ridiculous. And so it's very, very smart for that. Yeah, it's very, very smart for them to branch out into mobile divisions. In regards to possibly as a reaction to the Kings, my initial one when I said no, but I completely forgot that Kings was actually a part of that. And when you mentioned Activision, I thought.
So while it's been delayed, I tell you what, lads, quick sharpish, let's get ourselves a mobile game thing and start making some. First. And let's start transferring. Oh, could you imagine Forbidden West on the mobile? You know, God of War. Doing a mobile version of God of War.
Fucking Temple Run, but Uncharted.
Temple Run Uncharted. Yeah, exactly.
Guys, they did Crash Bandicoot on the Run as well. King.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because, same IP. So it'll be similar stuff like that, but over for the PlayStation side, which, again, is a very smart thing to do, and I cannot blame them. And quite frankly, I look forward to seeing what could be made, because that could be what entices me into mobile gaming.
I don't know, though, because it entices me into gaming and then I get bored, fucking senseless within about 10, 15 minutes. The only game I play on mobile at the moment is Microsoft's Solitaire collection. By
the way, I just had a look, and that Love Island review is still there, 125 views. Jesus. There are some great mobile games out there. I mean, for Apple Arcade, there was some good stuff on there, which we really should have utilized more when we were doing BG4G, by the way.
I didn't have I'm not Apple.
I know you're not, but I mean, I should have. When I say we, but I mean, I'm just looking at my iPad right now. I've got, they redid the Roller Coaster Tycoons. So I got Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic and Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, plays very well. Sid Meier's Civilization Revolution 2, Faster Than Light, brilliant game. Probably one of my best indie games ever. And of course, they redone the GTA they've done a bunch of the GTA ones, the classic ones, for the mobile. And for me, I got Chinatown Wars on here, and it performs very well. So there are some things which can pique my interest in order to start playing a little bit mobile-esque. If they go
I did play Pokemon Go a lot. I tried the Harry Potter one.
Did you play the Jurassic World one?
No, because I'd done that. I did the Harry Potter one, and I just kind of like, I barely get into Pokemon
I liked
Go
the
now.
Harry Potter one, but I didn't like the fact that you have to go walking around. That's the only thing I hate.
You're a true gamer. That's the point
with them.
You're a true gamer. Sit me down on my lazy chair.
No, it's just half of the time you just walk in the streets trying to catch like the Dementors or like a unicorn,
which is the same as the Pokemon one. And
my brother James still plays Pokemon Go.
Yeah, I do now and then.
He will drive to a location just to play this fucking game. It's unbelievable.
I'm not that extreme. I don't think I'm that anymore. I kind of died off.
I told him, I said to him, like, you are such a nerd. You went, shut up.
So what do you think then, Lew, of this mobile divisions that seemingly being made by or created by Xbox and PlayStation?
See, I knew that King was purely mobile. I didn't know Savage was. I thought Savage was gonna be. It's only till I started doing a bit of research that I realized that it was based on mobile. But personally, it seems like they are going up against each other, or maybe not. Maybe they're not going up against each other. We don't know.
It's a market. It's a market to be tapped into, and in Japan, it's even bigger as well. So,
because I know Xbox is going to be
stupid not to do it.
Xbox is going to be at the TGS show this year. First time, I think he said. The Tokyo Game Show.
There you go. Just for our listeners who don't know what TGS is.
Because Xbox is basically moving into Japan now, aren't they?
Right.
Especially, well, they're trying to they're trying to get into the market. Don't forget, again, Sony has been the main. Microsoft have never
that's
really
why they're
got
making
in,
a game with Kojima.
Spencer to get in there. Well, it's not why they're making it with Kojima. I think Kojima has finally stepped, into like he wants to make what he wants to make, and if he's got the ability to do it with Microsoft, he will do. People are complaining about the loyalties of what he had, like we did in the last episode. Well, excuse me.
I was wondering who the hell that was. It's Tom.
What? It's Tom.
Yeah.
For those that are listening, Tom got up and walked away, and then shuffled past his chair to do something else. I don't know why.
He looks weird.
He's got to do some chores.
It looks like some kind of like Austin Powers.
He can't hear you, so that's fine. So
hello. What did he say about me, you prick?
Oh, I didn't say anything. I just said you look so handsome in the background.
See what I mean? Anyway,
because we've got a one-on-one session next week.
Yeah, he's buttering you up.
I just had to close the curtains here. It's getting dark.
That's all right. So it kind of leads into the other thing as well. There's been some quite good, like tenuous, but links. Was that obviously with the gaming thing of Sony, Savage, and the King for Sony for Xbox. Put my teeth in. Thank you very much. You've got the thing of Phil Spencer admitting all Activision games will be on Game Pass day one, day and date in the future. And then we've also got the fact that the CMA, this is the big one, the CMA have now come out saying we've reviewed. So that's the Competition and Markets Authority have said we've reviewed the deal with Activision and Microsoft, and we feel that although we're not saying no, we can't say yes yet until we have done a deeper investigation into it, because we feel that it will affect, particularly in the short term, sales of consoles, considering that Sony has, and that's where that information came from, the CMA, that Sony has the leading market in the UK for consoles. Now, I originally said back, and we had Stubbs on for it, that the whole thing with the Brazil one being leaked was Sony turning around and saying this will affect console sales because of COD. And him saying they didn't say that, it was just a questionnaire. They're not putting it in. It won't affect, not that it won't affect it, but that wasn't them trying to put the stoppers on the event. And Brazil haven't come back yet and said whether they do. I think some random country, who is Saudi Arabia, said that it's okay? Saudi Arabia.
It was
Saudi Arabia, I mean, like I think the gaming market in Saudi Arabia is tiny, so they don't give a shit because they'll probably make money out of it anyway. And then so the UK has turned around and gone, oh, hold on. So Sony have turned around and said this will affect console sales, and they must have said the same. Don't forget that Brazil's a questionnaire, UK's a questionnaire, Saudi Arabia's a questionnaire. All the countries that have these
that's a shit ton of questionnaires
that would have been filled out and then probably would have been copied and pasted all the way through. They've turned around and said it'll affect console sales. The UK have turned around and said this will affect console sales, and Sony's the bigger market, so we think they're trying to stifle the competition. We need to investigate it more. Go putting a stop to it. And I'm not saying that Sony did it like intentionally. That's business. That's how it is. But that's what I was saying originally, and people were saying, no, that's not how it is, and blah, blah, blah. That's what's happened. So it's a big thing right now is that they've delayed it.
Yeah.
And then Lewis has got his hand up. What did Lewis want to say?
Did you tell me to lower my hand?
Put your hand down, Lewis.
That's so weird. What the hell? Hang on, wait. If I do this, it tells me lower hand.
Go on then. Lower your hand. Yeah, look. Do you see in the top corner of his picture, he's got a hand come up.
Oh, cool. Wait.
So what happens if I do
No,
that?
it doesn't do that. It's just a hand up.
Okay. I was doing a little bit of research on the CMA and the whole everything that Sony said, like, oh, you know, it's going to affect our console sales. This is going to basically give a big advantage to Xbox, blah, blah, blah. You know, the whole everyone knows about. There was someone on Twitter that said, why the hell are we listening to the UK? It's an American company buying another American company. Why does it matter that the UK? Why do the UK have to get involved in this?
Is this fanboying?
I would say so. Yes.
Yeah, just a smidge. It's American. It's American. It's American. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's the UK are getting involved in it. You know, because the UK have a right to say what happens in the country and do it all together.
It doesn't. It's not the UK's fault. It just so happens that they're the first ones to be like, "Hold on, let's investigate a little bit more." Since Sony have said,
they just admitted it. Yeah, the states
they're
will
just
turn
the
around.
also the first ones.
Phil
Don't forget. Go on.
Have we spoke about this shit? I don't know.
Oh no, we've lost his train of thought. Let him try and reboot. So what I was going to say was, don't forget that when it comes to the CMA, and probably the Americans have their equivalent, the CMA, all the other countries, while they're doing this investigation is because they all have twitchy buttholes over Microsoft. Don't forget that Bill Gates and Microsoft tried to corner the entire market, and I said it in the last episode, tried to incorporate the entire market and monopolize everything.
Yeah,
that was electronics. So they had their mobile phone division, they had the PC division, they've got the software, the operating system, you got Word, Excel, all of that. They had it, Edge, the lot. So they had everything, and it was Explorer at the time.
Oh, yeah.
And the commissions turned around and said, hang on a fucking minute. And then they went to go the gaming market, which was Xbox. So this is where Xbox comes from. So they went to create the gaming market. And the commissions all turned around and went, hang on a minute. Microsoft is literally pushing Apple out the window, Linux, all of these people. So they did a massive investigation. It went through the courts of them denying it. And then they turned around and and went against Microsoft and said, you can keep your division, you can keep Microsoft, but you have to split them. They cannot be all encompass Microsoft. And then rather than it being Microsoft Xbox, it became Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
So it became a separate division, its own entity, its own money. And slowly but surely, I think they're slowly creeping back into Microsoft. Have you noticed they've done that over a while? And now it's creeping back in. But that's why it's Xbox. And that's why it has a different logo and it doesn't have Microsoft branding on it.
Yeah. Did you guys read that piece of information I sent into the group chat like about an hour ago?
No, well, no, because we've been
about the CMA.
We're doing this.
Yeah. So,
what you've got is this is the one from online, and this is where they've highlighted it. So, like I said again, be very careful with what you get from Twitter. This is the original statements that come out apparently, and then some Twitter
do you want to read it
lawyer
and we
has
talk
highlighted
about
it, who's also an Xbox fanboy,
Would you like to read it? And
who's
then
gone through it and highlighted what he thinks is the reasons why they've done it, and that it's all to do with Sony. So be
Paul,
very careful. Let's have a look.
Do you want to have a little read?
So here we go. So look, section. What could be the impact of the merger on gaming consoles and subscription services? And these are just responses. The CMA gathered substantial evidence from Microsoft, ABK, and third parties to assess the significance of ABK's gaming
Activision
portfolio.
Blizzard King.
Yeah, we know. Sorry for those listeners who didn't know.
Some people.
Yeah, well done, Lewis. Thank you. The evidence consistently pointed. Have I got it on screen here at the moment? I don't know if I still got it anymore on this setup. Anyway, time has passed. It's gone.
No,
I'll have to change the thing. It changed. There we go. Let's see. Does that work?
Stop. Well done, Lewis. I like cock.
So the evidence consistently pointed towards ABK's content, especially Call of Duty, as important and capable of making the material difference to the success of the rival's gaming platform. ABK's invested significant time and capital on creating a regular Call of Duty release, which consistently ranks at some of the most popular games. These titles require thousands of game developers and several years to complete, and there are very few other games of similar caliber or popularity. We said that, like, you're pissing in the wind if you want to go against COD.
Yeah,
I know there's a fuck ton more, and I don't particularly want to read it all. Only 3 pictures of about 4,500 fucking words. It's a dissertation.
It's all right. It'll be fine. People can.
So let me just highlight the other ones. So let's have a look. Rather than CMA consider Microsoft's broader strategies as evidence of its internal document and historical course of dealing following similar transactions in the past.
What did you see what I said?
Similar transactions in the past. About
so they're
Microsoft.
Looking at what Microsoft did in the past.
No. So what they're saying is, rather, the CMA considered Microsoft's broader strategies as evidence by its internal documentation and history course of dealing with similar transactions. So not only that, they just kind of went, so we're looking at the overall picture of what your strategic potential could be. Maybe in the short term, you could be saying, well, look, you know, they're going to get COD, or they're going to get COD. We won't stop them from having COD. And then later on, it's going to be, we'll give them COD for 3 years, and then we're going to make it like an exclusive. So they're looking at what it would potentially could be.
Came out and said something like that, didn't he?
Which they've done on others. So and this is the other thing.
Was speaking about this with Strider, and he said, Phil Spencer actually said, and I quote, that they would only support COD for this generation, and then next generation it would be exclusive to Xbox and PC.
Whereas that's a bit of a contradiction of him standing up the other day and turning around and saying that exclusive.
Well, this is what Strider told me.
Be a thing of the future.
Just wondering.
But anyway, so
this whole thing is just going to have to be a wait and see type of deal.
Of course, it is.
Really, there's no way that we can predict.
I hope it happens because not the exclusive bollocks. Because the fact is, what if they use, like, for example, when Activision was being run by that other twat, he made everyone work on COD. So all the other IPs was just being forgotten about. Like, yeah, we don't need that, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. I was waiting for, like, Spyro. And there was, like, they were working on Spyro, and then suddenly Spyro stopped being worked on because he told them to go work on Warzone.
And this is why they said they want a deeper investigation, because the CMA notes that Microsoft has followed this approach in several past acquisitions of gaming studios, where it made future game releases from those studios exclusive in consoles to Xbox, such as the upcoming Starfield, based on Microsoft's public statements, and Elder Scrolls 6 from Bethesda, a studio Microsoft acquired as part of its deal into ZeniMax. CMA believes that in short to medium term, the main rival that could be affected by this conduct would be Sony. Nintendo, on the other hand, competes less closely with either of Sony or Microsoft, generally offering games that focus more on family fun and innovative ways of playing, e.g. Wii Fit board. My God, they used to really.
Wii Fit. Wow.
Wii Fit board. The Wii Fit board, yeah.
Use that
and
as a
does
reference.
not currently offer any Call of Duty games on the Nintendo Switch. So they go on and on and on.
Yeah, because COD's not on Nintendo, is it?
believes that the merger could therefore significantly weaken Microsoft's closest rival to the detriment of overall competition on console gaming. So they actually think that it would significantly weaken Sony's position as being a rival. In other words, competition. So if you get rid of the competition, you solely monopolize what's going on. And again, like I said, twitchy butthole, Microsoft has done it before, and they're looking at it again. And so they deep into it. This could be 3, 4, even 7 years down the line of them still looking at. By that time, Activision has probably gone, I don't exist anymore. Microsoft has gone, fuck this for a game of soldiers. I've forked out enough money on fucking lawyers and evidence. If they really want it, they'll fight for it. If they turn it around quite quickly. But we're talking about the UK CMA. And I think right now in the current climate with us having a new bloody PM and energy and this, I really don't think, I mean, I'm hoping they'll concentrate on it, but they might be looking at something else now. Like
there's a lot bigger stuff.
How they can make more money for BP.
Wow. Yeah.
Is that monopolizing? You know what I mean? So yeah,
we're not going down that damn rabbit hole, Jack.
I'm not doing it. I just think it's funny.
Let's just wait to see what the CMA say. And then we can make a comment or whatever, because it's we can just go round and round and round. But yeah, I don't know. Just have to wait and see.
Do we have any questions, by the way?
I didn't check the
emails.
We do.
I didn't look at them or download them, so I think maybe I can play one. Let me just try and grab one quickly. I mean, we have been going.
I don't think it's me because you deleted my one.
Did you not go back and redo them?
No, because I got banned.
You were on the phone. That's what I mean. You were on the phone to me. Someone was going, I can't do it. I said, maybe there's too many. I deleted them and forgot that you'd put another 3 lots of fucking drivel on it. And then you went, you just deleted my questions.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
I've been banned by Anchor.
You've been banned by Anchor for sending messages.
Damn it.
Do you not have any voice messages?
I can't. You got none?
None.
I got a question.
Right, okay, so you're doing the question.
Lou's got a question.
So let's start off. It is that time again for...
I've only gone and fucking done it, ain't I?
There you go, Lewis. Because it's not I'm one of the clever people. Ask your question.
We need to come up with a nice little... is this... So when Lew has a question, are we going to call...
Blah.
We need to come up with some sort of title for Lew when he comes up with a question.
Yeah, we do.
I'm one of the special people.
Anyone who wants? No. Actually, yeah.
Lew fucking does it.
If anyone has an idea for what we can call this one, they should write into us or send us a message.
Lewis asks a
Get a free game.
That's too generic.
Well,
I'm one of the clever people. Is the people who ask questions.
Well, what about he's going to drive us insane with a question?
Again, it's not.
That's whenever you send us a bloody topics list.
I think it's like.
I like.
Yes. Lew's I like you know what segment.
Oh, there, Lewis. What's the question?
Okay, so everybody has their own habits, right? Everyone does something that whether is annoying or they
like
can't
an OCD.
Sort of no. So
it's a habit.
A habit, just a habit. So for example, I don't know, biting your nails or other stuff. I don't know really anymore. Putting in the tea towel the wrong way around, putting the forks in a certain way, things like that. What is your habit? Why would you mute yourself? You jack off.
Excuse me, is jack me off? That's
I
my
don't want
name.
to jack you off.
Jack me off. Jack me off.
Could you just clip Lewis saying? Could you please clip Lewis saying when he just said, "I don't want to jack you off"?
That's the name of the segment.
But I don't want to jack you off. Welcome to I Don't Want to Jack You Off.
There you go. We've got it, everybody. There's the sound file for it. Okay, so what annoying habit or just a habit?
Something you do that
is this gaming related or is this just
gaming
just
related?
In general. General. Oh yeah, go on and do two. Gaming related one and a everyday life one.
Gaming habit that I do is I don't finish fucking games. I get sidetracked by something else, and it's not that I don't like the game. It's just I just go away from it, and what happens is dopamine response.
That's just everyone's.
Means I don't want to. No, it's not though, because mine is different. Like I don't mean it as I'm different from everybody, but what it is like some people go away from a game and then they can go back to them. I find it really hard. I mean, Lewis is trying to suck off his microphone at the moment. I find it really hard to get myself back into the game.
Why did you mute me?
Because you were trying to suck off your microphone.
No, I just went.
Exactly. For those that are listening, he's sucking off his microphone.
I like cock.
He's also now playing with it in a sensual manner. And I mean his microphone. For those that are listening. Oh my God, we've become like some weird.
I'm not going to get my cock out, am I? Weirdo.
No, because we get banned from YouTube. It'd be all right on Anchor. It won't be all right on YouTube. Yeah, I just don't finish them. And I find it really, really, really difficult to get back into a game. So if they're campaign ones, yeah,
it took me ages to
finish with everything.
The first Crisis. It was so bad, so glitchy and shit. And then the second one is so much better, so I enjoy that one more. But I haven't played it.
And then another habit. I vape too much. I eat too much.
No, that's not a habit. That's something
I'm addicted to Pepsi Max. I have a habit of drinking 2 to 4 liters a day.
That's not a habit. That's an addiction. Habit, something you do when you're bored or something like that.
Drink Pepsi.
No.
Cover yourself in homeless man.
I'm just doing this. Yeah, like Lewis does.
Cover yourself in homeless man. What?
Piss. Like you do at work.
Right. I'll give you an example of one of my habits. I peel off my skin and eat it.
I wonder where he was going with that then.
Wow.
You pick the skin and you pick skin.
Yeah, I basically eat myself. So basically,
what you do in your bedroom? I mean, it must be difficult.
I rip the skin off of my hands and swallow it.
Lovely.
Actually, that makes me.
All the skin on your hands, or do you want to be a bit more specific?
Yes. So like, I used to sit there with nail clippers. I used to cut that part.
Oh yeah.
And just eat it. I don't know why. It's just something I do.
Like someone chews hair, you decide to chew your palms.
Well, I swallow the skin. That's the thing.
1, 2, 3,
4.
Oh, you do 4. Okay.
Foreskin. Is that what you're trying to get me to say? Foreskin? No.
You swallow foreskin, do you?
No, I swallow my hand skin. I like cock. Have you never seen me do it? I'll be sitting there and I'm just like.
I've never seen you do it, Lewis.
You've never seen me eat my skin.
Oh my God, no, I haven't. Oh, I haven't. I have actually. I've seen you pick and mess around, but I've never actually seen you eat it. So that's a new one. Look, he's doing it now.
God,
I was doing.
Do you eat your toenails?
No, I can't reach.
No. Do you eat the skin on the bottom of your feet?
Oh, like with a cheese grater.
Like nail clippers, clip it off and chew on it. Do you not have that as a spare?
No. Why would I do that? That's weird.
I don't know. You just said you eat your own skin.
No, but no, that's my feet. That's disgusting.
Do you sniff your own
that's
farts?
Disgusting. Yeah.
Do I what?
Do you cup and sniff?
What? No.
Do you cup and sniff?
What's cup and sniff?
You
like shit in my hands?
And then... No, don't shit in your hands. I don't know where we're going with this. This is so random. What's this got to do with the gaming?
Well, that's what I'm giving you an example of what I do.
Of shitting in your hand and
you're shitting in your hand.
No, like I eat my skin. So what do you do that's like that?
I don't have
any.
I don't have a particular habit. If I'm thinking in
regards,
I chew the side of my mouth when I'm in the show.
Yeah, there we go.
I do that a lot.
I
notice what I do is when I'm playing or I'm talking
peel the skin
here,
off my lips.
People are talking. I chew my tongue.
I do that.
So I do that, and everyone thinks I'm chewing something, but I'm not. It's just my tongue.
I eat the skin off my lips as well.
I don't damage it. I just kind of grind it on my tooth.
I'm gonna not lie. I'm messed up. I eat myself.
Drugs. The side effect, guys. Don't do it. See, Lewis, also drugs and dropping on your head as a child.
Shit. Talking of drugs, I didn't take mine.
Are you sure?
Prescription and legally allowed to, ladies and gentlemen. I'll just mute him just in case he said something.
Pause. Oh, fuck, I'm going to be in trouble. I should have eaten that.
No, you need to do it now. Go off and do it now. Or should we finish on the show? I think we're kind of... Look, clitoris.
Clitoris. Okay, there's only two things we're going to come up with. Gaming habits, since this is a gaming-related podcast. I don't eat my skin or anything like that.
You make it sound weird.
It's weird.
I have this little thing where, because I got so many consoles in my house, I like to give myself one console a day during a week. So in my mind, I will go batshit crazy if I go on my PlayStation, like say on a Monday and then on a Wednesday, unless I'm really hooked on a game, then I'll just do a block week. So I have to go from like Monday, PlayStation 5, Tuesday, Xbox Series X, Wednesday, Nintendo Switch, Thursday, DS, Friday, game.
Do you have like a calendar?
I don't have a calendar.
Today, Xbox. Tomorrow,
I don't have
Nintendo.
A calendar, but I'm like, whenever it comes to
Xbox doesn't work. Oh no, it's Xbox Day. What am I going to do? Do I do Sega? No, Sega's no. What do I do? Oh my God, I've lost. Is that kind of how it goes?
It's not that
that's
OCD.
OCD. No,
it's
that's
not. That's not.
You like what's it called?
That's an OCD.
You got a schedule sort of thing. Like you like
OCD.
Ain't that an
obsessive
autism?
Compulsive. OCD, Lewis. How many times do we have to say OCD?
No, but if you can't like,
it's OCD. Isn't that kind of like autism? No, OCD, Lewis. Or is that kind of like ADHD?
Listen.
No. OCD,
listen, Linda. Listen.
No. Is that like? Oh, go on.
What I mean is, there's some people out there that if they don't do a certain thing every day, it drives them insane.
OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. That's what it's fucking called. Right. If they don't do what they're supposed to do in a day, it is a form of OCD.
No. Let me explain.
I've got
so say
exasperation for men.
Imagine every day you had to wake up at 8 o'clock. And then one day you don't wake up at 8 o'clock, you wake up at 9 o'clock, and it gets them angry. It kicks in like, oh no, I fucked up.
Well, I'll give you a good example then of my OCD. So that's my habit. I like to try and mix things up, but that's because I think I got too much, and I feel like I feel bad for the consoles if I don't give them the attention that I feel like they deserve.
Stroke them, like.
Oh, I'm not kidding. I kissed my Aurora goodnight.
You kiss your PC?
Yeah.
And you don't tongue it? What's wrong with you?
But I do have a particular OCD which does drive me absolutely insane, and I'll wrap this up. Is that I'm a big wrestling fan and I enjoy my wrestling games.
Yeah.
I cannot have a wrestling game because one of the big things is that you can create your own wrestlers, right?
Yeah.
And it used to drive me absolutely insane when I used to go around my friend's house and he would play like SmackDown versus Raw. I have to have this thing where all my created wrestlers are based off real wrestlers. So when I went around my friend's house and he had like Will Smith or fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger, it legit drives me insane And if I even try to even dare go find another created character or try and make someone who's not based on real wrestler, that I can't do it. I have to instantly delete it. That is probably the legit OCD.
I am going to do something evil if I ever come to your house. I'm going to make so many characters based on other people that ain't even.
That's gonna kill me, man. My head's gonna explode.
Every single console.
You've never. So I had one. I had someone say something to me once that was, if you make your own character in a game, and I was like, yeah, of course I do. I went, isn't that a bit narcissistic? I was like, no, that's the whole point, isn't it? You make yourself into the game. So you've never made yourself into the wrestling.
I cannot do it. When for like the career modes, I have to base it off of a small-time wrestler.
Now. What do you do for Sims? Because I made the whole Walking Dead cast.
Sims is me, and I like to come up with my own stories for Sims.
That's slightly different, isn't it? Because they're games and characters that aren't actually pre-established, whereas your wrestling one is they are already established characters.
Exactly. So that's what
kind of. So your escapism is actually being that person, being that character, or being that individual from that universe, not putting yourself in it.
No, I can't do that. It drives me insane. I could put myself in Sims. I could put myself in Saints Row. I could put myself in, I don't know, a GTA Online. I can put myself in any other game. But when it comes to like EA Fight Night, UFC, WWE, something which is already based off established characters, it drives me absolutely insane. And I can't comprehend.
I can't wait to come to your house.
Do not let him near any of your games.
Don't.
Any of the wrestling games whatsoever.
I put so many hours on all my wrestling games. I got wrestling games from like 1999, man, which have got like people from 1999.
So when you're asleep, I spend it all night.
Why are you in my house when I'm asleep?
I'm staying over.
Oh yeah, in my spare room.
Yeah, really. He's outside looking through the window at you. I want to change your characters.
I'd wake up the next day and I would like literally look at my characters and my head is legit gonna explode. But yeah, that's one thing which legit drives me insane.
Well,
I will say that's an OCD.
Have you got anything like that?
What, game-wise?
Yeah, like
OCD.
If I did something like that.
I have to but that's the thing. I've tried recently to try and change my characters. I mean, if we're talking about characters, I'm just trying to think something off the cuff, but changing characters, I've tried to change the style of them, but previously I had to make my character look like me. That's why I think someone said, is that not narcissistic? And I was like, no, it's my way of escaping. And the thing is, I never call them myself. So they never get called Paul or Masked Mayhem. They always get called things like Tough Nuts, which was a nickname for my brother. Yeah, Jack Me Off. Iron Balls McGinty is my favorite one. That was from The Jerk.
I usually, if I have to come up with a name, I go Sally McSaggy Tits.
Yeah. Phil McCracken and Ben Doon are usually the ones I choose as well as names. But yeah, I don't think I've got
with that name.
Huh?
I know someone with that name.
What?
Ben
Doon. Ben Doon and Phil McCavity, the two Scottish sailors.
Oh, no, I don't know that person.
Cousin Phil McCracken.
I used to have to put all my games in alphabetical order.
I do that on my
I do that anyway.
I can't do it now
because
I can't do that.
You don't have any?
I have. I don't know why, but being with my ex...
I don't think that's like a weird habit, because if you look, even in your digitals, look at your digitals on your Xbox, they're automatically in A to Z.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. But what I mean is everything had to be alphabetical order, even like my characters as in Pops. If one was called Deadpool, I won't put him next to Venom.
All right, that's maybe a bit extreme.
But I don't think it's bad as mine.
I don't do that. I don't do that anymore because for some reason that part of me died, and I'm trying to get it back.
Shall we get into this next week?
Freak.
I think so. Yeah, I think we should wrap it up now. My final one is that my habit is I buy useless shit I don't need.
Like that Borderlands,
like that guitar behind you.
Guitars, piss off.
Like this outdated map. That's useless bollock.
Yeah. The Spider-Man posters in the back of Lewis's
No, they were presents.
How old are you, Lewis?
They were presents.
5 years old. I'm a big boy today.
I got my big man pants on.
I do have trousers.
Because my other ones are wet. Right. On that note, thank you for listening. I know we dribbled on a little bit longer than usual.
What's wrong with my posters?
Oh, don't. Anyway.
Every outro.
Every fucking intro, every outro. Thank you for listening. Today. If you'd like to send us a question or you have some feedback or you just want to, just say hello, you can say on our Twitter. We now have Twitter. You can also find us on Facebook groups and Facebook. You TikTok. Can also send us on TikTok now, yes.
I need to sign in on that.
Yeah.
I've only gone and fucking done it, ain't I?
Made a tick. And then we've also got Tom, did you realise in the song he was singing, he spells it T-I-K.
Oh yeah, he spells it wrong, doesn't he?
So he calls it a tick.
Tick.
So yeah, we have a tick page. We also have Anchor, where you can go directly to Anchor. Lewis is banned from it now, thank Mark. But you can actually give us a voice note. And if you do a voice note, I will download it and I will play it, unless you specifically say don't download it and play it in, I think it's a minute. Send us the questions, ask whatever. Thank you for listening. We have been the L.O.D. I have been Jack Hoff.
I have
been with me.
Sorry. Yep. I am T Taurus. I'm interrupting you now.
That's all right. That's fine. And licking his microphone
is the one and only.
Saying much is Luke at my ass. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. See you on the next one. Well, won't see me on the next one. It will be Tom and Lewis in a one-on-one battle.
So if you have it, yes,
to the end.
Yes. Very quickly before we go, I will be interviewing Lewis about himself, his gaming experience.
Have you got questions?
No, I'm going to be writing those up throughout this week. Do you want me to send them to you pre-hand or no? Okay, cool. So it'll be fresh. If any of you do have any questions,
the cuff, can you ask him what OCD means?
I'll just wait. Obsessive.
You are an obsessive
No, obsessive disorder.
Yes. Yeah, so if you got any questions for Lewis next week about anything,
no, what is it? Obsessive what? Obsessive.
Just send them to the links that Paul has already mentioned earlier on. Thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll see you next week.